In the meantime, if you missed out, you're just walking in, please help yourself. There's a room right behind this way. So we filled your tummies before we sit into this meeting. All right, up next, Commission Liaison reports and comments. Any commission reports? Commissioner McBoyd?
Yeah, just a request. What with the decorations and the cakes and things, I think I got a little confused. I would request that we consider deferring to a date certain 10A, first reading of this public hearing, large-scale comprehensive plan amendment. I understand that we would be discussing the influence of the recent state legislation on the vote that was taken in March of this year. And my concern is that there was no backup in the backup, and I think it would be appropriate for us to have a larger public discussion on that one and perhaps have some additional legal views to, because this is a complicated issue, it affects things, so it's something that the community is interested in. So my suggestion would be that we defer that to 10A to a time certain and provide additional backup the next time it comes up.
Okay. City Attorney?
Well, did you want me to provide you with a little overview of what I say to you next time? And do you want to
I don't have any objection to that.
did you want me to do it at this point? Or do you want me to do it when the item comes up?
When the item comes up.
And then
And just
you
give
decide,
a little bit of
if you decide to defer it, then you can decide to defer it then.
City Manager? You're going to say something?
No, I was just listening to the conversation.
Thank you.
No, it's the sugar, I'm just like.
Vice Mayor, did you have something to say?
About that or just comments in general?
I didn't know. You looked like you were going to say
I had
something.
no sugar, just for the record.
I had a spoonful of sugar. I do not know. Okay, all right, then that would be fine. We can go through it on the agenda, give an overview of it, and then bring it back if we need to.
Well, I would, my motion is that we can talk about it some today, but that we definitely put it at a time certain on another agenda and make sure that there's additional backup. And the community is well informed. And this is something, when we've had a vote on something, clearly it's something that interests the community. I think it needs to be something that they have something they can read as backup and people can have. So we have some sort of an in-depth discussion of what we're going to do.
Okay, we've got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? All right. Motion fails for lack of a second. All right. Any other commission liaison reports? All right. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. I just wanted to speak briefly, comment at the last meeting about a planned trip to Daytona with the city manager, a elected official, Kimberly Mitchell from West Palm Beach, and Dr. Pardo from Riviera Beach, and Richard Radcliffe from the executive director of the League of Cities. We did in fact travel to Daytona Beach last Friday afternoon and met with the board of directors, the outgoing board of directors, and the incoming board of directors for the Florida Association of Code Enforcement. And the purpose of that meeting was to start a dialogue, if one needed to be started, between that organization, which pretty much is the part of the front face of code enforcement here in the state of Florida. They represent the code enforcement officials from around the state. And we're trying to determine whether or not there was an opportunity to maybe get the elected officials around the state and the folks that are in the field, if there was a gap, to determine if there was a gap in communication or some sort of a disconnect. And I think we kind of figured out that maybe there was, and it was a very, very productive meeting, and we are going to, I guess at this point, we're going to establish an ongoing dialogue with these folks, and we're going to try to get folks around, elected officials around the state, as well as that organization, to start, just getting together on a regular basis and talking about code enforcement, finding out what the elected folks can do to help and support them, and they, in return, are offering to help educate, if you will, those who wish to be more updated and more informed about how code enforcement works here in the state. So it's a very productive introductory meeting. And Mike, did you want to add anything to that?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, I want to thank, it did not go unnoticed, I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks, but I really want to thank city staff for the 4th of July decorations all over the city that I'm seeing popping up. Yeah, it was really refreshing. I haven't seen something like that in Lake Worth in a long, long time. And it was very energizing. And thank you for the entranceways and some of the buildings and New York City Hall. It's really great. It reminds me when I was a kid, and everybody used to get excited about the 4th of July and decorated and did a little bit more than what historically we've done in the past. So thank you to the staff for all of that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Rosso?
4th of July, 4th of July, 4th of July. We've been aggressively working on the centennial. I want to thank Emily at the CRA and the rest of the staff. Phenomenal job. You'll be very happy. We're still looking for some volunteers. If anyone wants to come out and help us decorate the park in the morning, we'll be there as early as 7 a.m., but we'll probably be there for most of the day. So come out if you can give us a couple hours decorating the park, getting it ready. I want to thank Craig McGinnis for the mural on the back of the stage. If you haven't seen it, phenomenal. And also the Garden Club for their $600 donation for the front of the park there in front of. It's beautiful. They donated $600 and we planted brand new plants that will be there all year long. Thank you. And just thank you to all the volunteers that have come out. Ted's here tonight. His new book's out. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah.
The book is on sale tonight. Also, Ted will be signing the book in the park from 4 to 6, and then he'll go up to the beach project, the party at the beach for the 4th of July to do some book signing. If you don't have your tickets yet, the beach event is completely sold out. And so thank you for everyone that's participating in that. Please come out and join us. We'll have a lot of centennial things for sale. The postcards will be for sale at the city booth. Great t-shirts, and just a lot of new and exciting things going on. We've got WWE Wrestling coming out. We've got water slides for the kids and bounce houses, and it'll just be a fun day. Great lineup of entertainment all day long. Starts with the raft race, the parade downtown, and the raft race at Bryant Park.
Yeah.
Thank you again. I heard that everyone's boat is sinking but ours. Did I hear?
Rumors, nasty rumors.
Exactly.
You're starting now.
Anyone want to volunteer in the morning, please join us, and then also the day of the event, you can call me and we'll get you signed up. And thank you to all the volunteers in the room that have already signed up. Thank you.
Commissioner Zerdy?
That's great. Yeah, we have a very interesting raft coming up, which we if everything works.
When everything works. I'm not getting on that raft. My first year, I don't want it to be my last.
She saw what you did last
It wasn't their
night.
last.
She knows what you did
That
last
wasn't the
night.
plan for the growth.
Sherman was here to give us a special.
Yeah, I don't want it to become the plunge for the crunch.
It's okay, we have good insurance, man.
Yeah.
I've still got Gorilla Glue all over my hands and feet.
She's gonna sign a waiver, you know this, right?
I'm making that raft. It does really stick everything together. I'm sorry.
I want to congratulate also the CRA on a $15,000 grant for the.
Yeah.
And I think that the pool hours are coming up here, to at least have something going on this summer, and we're going to take a toll and see what kind of a survey of how many folks show up and how interesting it's going to be for the participation level, whether you come and swim or you decide that you want to contribute and help us find a more permanent solution to this some way or another, because it's about the decision, right, between other priorities that we have in the city as well. I also wanted to just say a little comment about the audit that we had on our code compliance department. If you're aware of that, it didn't have very good passing grades, but it just we have a lot of folks in there that being handled in a composite department, and I just think that it might show that we maybe got too many things going on at once in one department from my perspective only. And, but we can work with the CRA. They've also extended for us to figure out different ways to handle these different things out there that are the worst cases that we see in our neighborhoods, and we would really require the neighborhoods and the neighborhood associations to help us, again, with those things so that we can make a difference sooner than later. So with that, I just also think that we're going to have a great rest of the week. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Boyd?
Yeah, and thank you to my fellow commissioners for pointing out on the pool and also on the code enforcement that I think we're all interested in. Just for anybody who's listening, we will be opening the pool from July 4th through September 27th. Just again for information so people are aware, let people know. Thursdays and Fridays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And special hours on the 4th, which are 10 a.m.
Right, it's a little longer on the 4th. But, and there is an admission fee, adult $4, youth 4 to 17, $3. And you can get a summer pass. So there you go. I just wanted to mention that I continue to hear from, and I think I mentioned this at another city meeting, I continue to hear from residents that there's concern over crime in the city, particularly, forget the technical, burglaries, thefts from houses and vehicles. And I did meet at length with Captain Silva in that regard. We discussed a number of aspects. They're taking some initiatives to try and change how we deal with the state prosecutor. They've also been actively involved in the ordinances that we passed a whole string of and seem confident that that will help some. And I think there was mention of a strong connection. One doesn't ever always know the causal things, but the connection between the abandoned and foreclosed properties. And the city manager assures me that we will be reviving the foreclosure fund and putting that to work. So I will look forward to that showing up in budget meetings, because we kind of borrowed money out of that a while back, and I think we clearly need to do something with that. So.
That's pretty much it on everything. Thank you. Looking forward to this week. It's going to be exciting. Also, just to mention, you mentioned, Commissioner Sturdy, about the audit, the code enforcement audit. Just to let everyone know too, I've put in a request today with the city manager. We've had a number, the commission has received, I hope you've all received, numerous audits that have done by our new internal auditor over the course of the last several months. Have you all received them? Mm-hmm. Okay. I put in a request to ask for the internal auditor to do a presentation at an upcoming meeting to talk about all the individual audits that have been happening. This isn't the only one, there have been many. And I think it's about time we get to know our internal auditor and what he's been working on these last several months. So expect that in the coming weeks. Just want to give you a heads up. All right, thank you. Go ahead. We have a new, I just want to say we've got a new friend here in the room, and we also give a huge shout out to Lana O'Connell. Is that right, Lana?
It's Lona O'Connor.
Lona O'Connor.
Call anytime.
And Lona O'Connor is our new Palm Beach Post reporter here for the city of Lake Worth.
Welcome.
Sorry to get prepped on that one ahead of time. And you didn't correct me when I said hi. So now I know it's Lona, sorry. Okay, wonderful. Welcome here, welcome to everybody. I see some new faces in the room. Just to let you know, the first item up that we're coming up on is public participation.